Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the SCS 2021 Fall Season Final. We are on quarterfinal number 2, moving right along. I'm finally joined by Spiffy Boy. Thank you for saving me, and gonna be some nice co-commentating. I got tired of saying stuff to the wind. But how are you doing, and do you want to introduce the first player?
Thanks, Nite. I'm doing good, and I'm excited to see some fun games here, especially as we get towards the grand final. It's always more exciting as the player skill level goes up. Speaking of players, we're going to start over here on the right-hand side of Shiva Prime and introduce our red Aeon commander. It is Hope, and he has thrown down 2 quick land factories here, and he's filling in his eco. A third land factory coming down, so looks like we're going to see some quick aggression out of him on the ground. And Knight, who is his opponent, and what is she doing on the other side of the map?
His opponent is none other than our teal Aeon commander, opening up with 1 air factory. She is Rainbows and Unicorns from United States of America. And I think that Hope is opening this way because Rainbows has been doing a lot of TML shenanigans on this map. And I think that's what she's trying to do here. Although I'd be really surprised, if she follows up with it because, triple land is designed to counter that.
Yeah, and these Harvogs coming out, I'm sure will begin their tickle torture of the plains soon enough.
Yeah, I like the Harvog opening here. It doesn't really allow you to expand too much to the bottom, but it doesn't look like Hope is going to try to do that. So we'll see. He's going to push, and I'm guessing that Rainbows is going to go tanks.
Yeah, I like the Harvogs too when you have this longer rush distance. It's a little bit quicker to get them to the front and get your reinforcements in the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And, there's still a little bit of mass here. So if Hope's plan is to be really aggressive, he doesn't even need to expand to those extra mass points. So we'll see. He's getting a radar. He's going to pick what he wants to do. Probably going to see those land factories coming up.
And we don't see the AA on the bots yet, but the way they're dancing around kind of makes me think that he's got the research points ready to go for him.
Yeah, I see players normally hide it until the planes are flying right over it. Yep, there it is. Oh, wow, that plane almost went down. I guess they don't just tickle.
Well, they do just tickle, but sometimes they tickle you to death.
Ah. Very scientific today. Man, this pole is just blocking everything.
Yeah, what's up with that? That's never really been in the way before, and all of a sudden...
Maybe I'm just noticing more today. I actually slept decently before this one. I know, surprising.
Well, that makes one of us.
Hey, you woke up late, so it wasn't good?
I woke up late, but I could not sleep last night.
Yeah, I hate that.
Well, it is what it is. I'm awake now, and I'm here, and Hope is also here with a point defense right up in Rainbow's face.
Yeah, I like playing aggressive in this type of situation because you never know what the Aeon can throw at you. And I think if Rainbows did throw a Shaja rush or a TML rush, these Harvogs would be pretty good to counter that.
Well, I'll tell you what Rainbows does have, and that is 2 Bada Booms. Which make a huge difference.
Yeah, Hope needs to be careful here. He's like gallivanting with his ACU here in the front, and if Rainbows wanted to go for it, I feel like she could maybe actually have gotten him pretty low.
Yeah, and we haven't even seen a point defense from Rainbows. Here's one coming down right now.
She doesn't have enough mass. She hasn't really expanded. Oh, well, I guess she has it on the left over there. But yeah, I mean, I think Hope has to push, but I don't think he has enough bots here to break the shields.
But the Bada Boom is being sent out front. Okay, there's another one in the back.
Yeah.
These Bada Booms have a huge range. So, like, just one will make a huge difference in this fight.
Bombing run takes care of 3 Harvogs. I like that move. I like just like send some Harvogs behind. There's not really air anymore. Actually, I think pretty nice setup here for Hope. Just needs to split them.
Yeah, he will get that mass extractor. He should be able to get another one if he splits, but it looks like he's just going to run on by and look to harass in the back some more.
Yeah, and now Hope can just expand with his engineer, right where he's set up. That's kind of the, I guess, the redeeming factor here is that there are 4 mass points that he can reasonably get to. Especially having picked off a core mass extractor, an energy generator. Might get one more mass extractor, but I highly doubt it. I think those tanks should be able to get there just in time. Or maybe not. If he keeps moving them, he should actually be able to get this mass extractor. Actually, regardless, he's going to get the mass. Okay, I'm just going to stop.
All right, those bots finally do get cleaned up, but there is another large force of bots in the front here, and still a couple of units just hanging out well ahead of the base here, and they'll get picked off really easily. But 2-point defenses under a factory shield is nothing to be trifled with, and yeah, I think the right move here is just to run right on by with those bots.
Yeah. That's really the power of loyalists. Or sorry, yeah, Firefox. Loyalists too, but...
Yeah, I get it. You're sick of casting Aeon. You want some Cybran.
I'm gonna get that in second day, or second part of the day. It's I was actually mentioning that the way the bracket was drawn, it's so weird. Like all the Cybrans are in the second half, and all the Aeons are in the first half.
Yeah.
And then Fox Tremelin is in freaking bottom of the bracket, the Cybran killer.
Well, yeah, they've got to fight their way up to prove themselves worthy of facing the Cybran killer. See, Rainbow's not quite following through with her micro, and those tanks all just stalling there, and the bots are going to get another mass extractor kill. And if they keep moving, probably another one further south.
Yeah, it's not looking so hot for Rainbows. The one thing that she can do, especially if Hope goes for another run by, she can try and counter push. But even then, I mean, a PD can help. There's no mobile missile launchers, so Hope would really have to mess up, I think, at this point to give Rainbows an opportunity here.
Well, I mean, the difficult part for Hope, he can run his bots past, but he's running out of places where he can attack. Rainbows is now really centralized here and really well defended. So I think it's time that Hope needs to start switching gears and maybe producing some MMLs and some tanks or some shotguns of his own.
Yeah, I agree.
Because otherwise he's never going to break this shield in these 2-point defenses.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't necessarily have to when you're picking off this much mass. You will soon be able to just outspam your opponent, especially with this much energy going down.
True.
And you know, Harvogs, I was just about to say a couple of minutes ago that I feel like for me, Harvogs are such an unpredictable unit. Sometimes they're just amazing, and sometimes they somehow just all die really easily. I think it probably comes down to micro. But when you have just an absolutely ridiculous amount of Harvogs, it doesn't really matter because they'll just dance and dance and dance, and they have enough DPS to really kill anything really quickly.
And they're fairly cheap too.
Yeah.
So like you can afford to throw away a couple of blobs. Like we saw, like I don't know, what was it, 10 or 15 thrown away earlier and got those 3 mass extractors, and then now there was another, like, I don't know, 20 just thrown away. Well, I shouldn't say thrown away because they were just running to the back of the base and traded out really, really well.
Yeah.
They did end up picking off that engineer down to the south. I don't know if you caught that on stream. So now Rainbows is an even more desperate situation economy-wise.
Yeah, and somehow she's still managing to produce a fair bit of tanks, but again, we're reaching that point where We're outnumbering 2-1. And we have 3 research generators, so Hope is looking really, really good here, especially if we get teleport. Although I don't actually think we need teleport here. I think we just put shields, stars, and just go for it.
I don't know about. Well, we'll see what he does with this attack here if he just runs past. But
Oh, there's
yeah, there's the teleport for Snipe. I was about to say, if it's not a telesnipe, then he needs to start moving.
Yeah. I mean, that works, I
Factory
guess.
shield tanked a lot, though.
Yeah, now there's a Honker, so that's going to push him away, actually.
Well, it was a good attempt, but I think, yeah, another teleport to attack the Eco is the best move. And
yeah, I guess
that's why Hope
teleport
is
is never bad,
than
huh?
me. That's why Hope is a better player than me, because even when I have a good idea, he's had it first.
All right.
The Rainbows has managed to stabilize a little bit, and is starting to rebuild that Eco out on the balls.
No, the balls are more south. Those are the arms. He has a double elbow. Yeah, I mean, Hope isn't really... Well, now he's starting to expand on the bottom, although he's building energy generators to support the teleport. But, you know, he keeps making bots, and I think we talked about it just like a moment ago. The bots are not really great long term. Like you said, he's not going to be able to break this position. He tried for a snipe, and all the DPS just was outpowering him, even with all the research.
Well, yeah, Rainbows is just hanging out where those factory shields overlap. Now, I mean, this is a scary force of bots here.
Yeah. Even with the bada booms.
Yeah, Rainbow's tanks are dying.
The bada booms are actually really, really good. Holy crap.
They are. They are really good. And I didn't know this until like just maybe the last year or two, but bada booms actually affect air units as well.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
So team games got a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Fight over your friendly bada booms. It's great. But yeah, I mean, they add a lot of tankiness to the tanks. But still, it's just so many bots. That's so much DPS.
Yeah, and at this point, we really do have that 2-1. And even with all the bada booms, anything above that is really just hard to deal with. I don't think Hope is realizing, though, that Rainbows did manage to re-expand again. So, I mean, if this keeps going, and it won't really matter if he continues to pick off these outer mass extractors where the tanks are. Because the mass extractors on the expansions will be useful again. Plus all the free mass from the reclaims. Could be good.
Honestly, the reclaim is the biggest and best source of mass, I think, right now for Rainbows, because these 4 starting mexes have been nuked. There's only one of them that's fully vetted.
Yeah, I think Hope is just getting ready for another snipe attempt.
Yeah, just building up bots.
And honestly, like, Rainbows could just try and counterpunch. If she gets teleport of her own, just wait until Hope teleports and then maybe just go for it. Although Hope's ACU is like way far back, so I guess that won't work. Man, the PDs do nothing to the Harvogs. Good God. That's a lot of PDs, though.
They are starting to thin out the Harvogs a little bit.
This is Aeon! Yeah, I don't think that's going to be enough. Wow. 3 seconds that took to bring the ACU down to 0.
Even with the hunker.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's game 1 on Shiva Prime. Hope does manage to seal the deal. I think his opening was pretty good. And yeah, Harvogs are just good any day. So we'll see if Rainbows can bring it back. It's her map pick next. I believe it is Desolatia. So we'll see what she brings to that match. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Spiff joining Night of Misfortune to bring you game 2 of this quarterfinal series. And the map today is Desolatia, our modded version of it. Night, why don't you go ahead and introduce our first player?
All right, well, starting here on the bottom, we have our red Aeon commander leading in the series 1-0 and opening up with a little bit of a riskier strategy, but I don't know, we've seen it work well. It is Hope, and then he's following that up with 2 land factories that are kind of weirdly positioned. But anyway, what is his opponent doing, Spiff?
Well, you might have a little bit of a hard time getting everything in frame here, but on the other side of the map, pushing her ACU up forward towards the middle, it is our teal Aeon commander, Rainbows and Unicorns. And back in the main base, she is also building an air factory, which is just finishing up now and going to start pumping out planes already. So this looks like...
It's a TML. I'm calling it right now. TML.
Yeah, that's. I was kind of thinking it's probably going to be TML or either that or it's just a anti-air meta. But
Hope somehow expects this, or not?
well, it's Harvogs again,
Weird.
and there's the TML.
You know, if you're gonna do this, I wouldn't open up with air. What are your thoughts?
Mm,
Is there a ground?
I mean, I guess. No, I don't think opening up with air is the best way to do it because I think you need when the TML comes down, you know they're going to push on land if they open land. So I think since you're pushing forward anyways and grabbing space, you might as well just open land, build a few MMLs, and if he's opened air, then you've got a factory right in the front anyways to build some AA.
I don't know
Well,
about going for the recapture on the PD here.
yeah, Hope ended up tanking a lot of damage with his ACU, down below half health now. I do like the cheeky reclaim, though.
Yeah, that was good. Not deciding to go for the TML, though. Well,
I think he needs to get an engineer up here and repair a little bit first. He is setting up a point defense to start sieging this location, but it's going to take a little while to chew through the factory shield, and I don't think it reaches the TML.
and the
Oh, maybe it
TML
does.
is targeting it. Oh no, don't lose it! Ah! Oh,
Well, that was fast.
and it's gone. Oh my goodness. Hope. What's happening?
Well, it's Rainbow's turn to tank a bunch of shots to the face.
Yeah, I don't know what Rainbows was doing there. Get under the shield, Hope. Yes, there you go. I think you can finish it here now. Interesting. Yeah. Nice counter to the TMO. I don't
Well,
think it was executed the best of ways, but still.
Yeah, I mean, lucky build order for
You know-
countering TML.
I also forgot to mention in the first match, I talked about this during the live bracket draw. But this was actually an important match, or I guess still is an important match for both players, because both players could qualify, are the only two players that could really qualify to the Invitational from points. And they're like within, I think, 25 points of each other. So whoever wins this one basically qualifies for the Invitational regardless. Unless Soul Ripper... Yeah, unless Soul Ripper or Fortuna win the tournament. Which I would love to see, but nothing against those players. It's a big ask for them. I think Soul Ripper could do it. He's been playing very well recently.
Yeah, he put in some impressive performances.
Yeah, especially in the 2v2 tournaments, like very surprising. And I remember a time when me and Soul Ripper used to go 50-50 on the wins, but now it's kind of 100 100-0, not in my favor.
Well, Rainbows is doing a really good job of expanding, but doesn't really have any production and anything to do with that mass at this point.
Yeah, air is not really going to help at this point. And when you see this many point defenses before additional production, that's really troubling.
Well, Rainbows has to keep her commander safe, and right now those point defenses are kind of the only way to do it.
Yeah. But again, that spam will keep building up. And if anything, like maybe with an engineer, you could plop down additional factories, but they'd obviously be out of position, and yeah.
And this is still just 2 factories from Hope. This hasn't gotten to the level of spammy spam yet.
Yeah, I mean, he's still expanding, but I definitely feel like Hope is not really following up too much. He probably is floating quite a bit of mass at this point.
Well, at least he had enough to start that mass extractor with no waiting, so he's got a little bit banked up.
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about how Harvogs aren't terribly expensive, and the only real investments he's been making is point defenses, which I think he only made 1 of. Or maybe 2. I don't remember.
I feel like he remade it at some point, and then it got killed again.
Yeah, because he lost the first one before even it getting built. And then I think he rebuilt it and then lost that one again.
Well, I think Rainbows must have turned off the air factory for a little while. I didn't happen to notice that happening, but there's only 3 planes out right now, which is not going to be enough to clean up these Harvogs before they take out another mass extractor.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Hope is being so hesitant. He has so many Harvogs, and he has all of the base for Rainbows on radar. Like, yeah, there we go. You got to move those ahead.
And this is exactly what I was worried about when I saw Rainbows plop down those point defenses. Okay, that's great for plugging up this side of the map, but what about that side of the map?
Yeah. Yeah, Desolation is a very dynamic map, and again, I'll come back to strategy selection. I mean, TML is not the best on this map. She's going to try and build it again, but the buildings are not what the issue is right now, Rainbows, and somehow it's targeting Harvogs.
Yes, that's the most tactical thing that the tactical missile launcher could launch its missiles at.
She's not aiming it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, I thought that I haven't seen Hope play recently, so I was a little concerned. And Rainbows has been kind of playing decently and a lot. So I was a little concerned for Hope coming in. But from that first series, I don't know if Rainbows is maybe like feeling off her game today. she's been going like I think she's just unsure. Like, yeah, she's known for TML, but she hasn't done it this much. Even in that first series, she went TML.
Well, maybe we're all just still hungover from Thanksgiving.
Maybe. Maybe, baby.
Did you have a good Thanksgiving night?
It was okay. I mean, I just had the 2 days off. I didn't really do anything. How about you?
No special meal or anything?
No, I was gonna get pizza, but I realized Pizza Hut is closed. Even though it was telling me it was open. I was really upset, but it was fine. It was nice to chill out and have a couple of days off.
Right on.
Did you do anything with your family?
Just stayed home, but we did a special meal.
Nice.
I made extra mashed potatoes, which is always a hit.
Nice.
At my house, and did a slow roast chicken instead of a turkey because there's only 3 of us, so
yeah,
who needs all that turkey? But yeah, it was really good. Made cranberry sauce from scratch for the first time.
What's extra mashed potatoes? Is it like mashed potatoes with cheese?
No, I just made like twice as much as I normally do for dinner.
Oh,
because
okay.
everyone's like, we're mostly here for the mashed potatoes. So.
Mashed potatoes are good.
Yeah. Oh, and I did gravy too. Made some homemade gravy. So nice. Yeah, it was good. Small Thanksgiving.
Wait,
well, I'll tell you what's not so.
I thought you have a kid? I didn't know you had a kid.
No. Roommate.
Oh, got it. Okay.
All right, well, I may have had a small Thanksgiving, but Rainbows and Unicorns has a big number of bots right on top of her, and she's crying a little bit in chat.
What a segue, Spiff! Give it up for Spiff. Aren't you glad he's
I'm
here?
a pro. I've been doing this for how long now?
A long ass time. All right, guys. Well, that's 2-0 for Hope, and he moves on to the semifinal, which won't be today. It will be next Saturday, but our first semifinal is decided. It's going to be Vanity versus Hope. A really interesting matchup, so we'll see how that goes. But before then, our next matchup is Iron versus Foxtremel, and the most classic matchup we could possibly ask for. And again, it's in the quarterfinals. I feel like Iron is not very lucky when it comes to drawing his opponents. But nevertheless, guys, we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna get him checked in. It's actually 36 minutes away, so I'm gonna put like 30 minutes on the clock. We're gonna take a little break. I'm probably gonna try and eat something, and then we'll be back with the great matchup, Cybern versus Aeon. We'll be right back. If you're still watching, give a thumbs up to this video. If you liked the video, leave a comment. If you loved the video, please subscribe. And if you are blown away by it, check out my Patreon page. This has been Nite. Take care and peace out.